I just finished having a visit with some patients, and I'm at a Starbucks doing education with my baby. Hello. If you're wondering what I do, we do a lot of this. Finishing up, I have a couple of meetings today, and it's going to be a busy Friday. Normally I try not to do this, but I have a meeting at 10 and a meeting at 11, and then I have another patient this afternoon, and I have a lot of paperwork to do. Okay, so I'm here to talk about weigh-in. As you guys know, I restarted officially on the Weight Watchers app, although I've been using Weight Watchers program stuff over on Healthy for a while. And this is week 5 for me after my restart. So I had 4 weeks on WWPP, aka Weight Watchers Personal Points. Hey, Roberta. And I had a good run on that, and I really enjoyed the plan. There were some things about the app that I didn't love, and so when they talked about making this update or the changes or whatever, I was like, okay, let's just go with it. We're riding the WW change train because, you know, that's how things go if you're a Weight Watcher, you guys know. And so I've been doing weekly weigh-ins. I decided to switch to Fridays, thinking that would be, I'd have a little bit more time on Friday. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We're going to try it for another week and then see. I might go back to Mondays. I'm not exactly sure. So this week was my first week on the changes. And as you guys know, our apps switched over on Monday for most of us successfully. There were some glitches, and it was stressful for like my kids that are also on WW with me. Judah and Dakota are both doing this with me. They joined for the first time. Actually, Judah's second time. He did Weight Watchers back in high school, but they joined for the first time together as newlyweds. They were married a couple years ago. And they joined like the day after I did. So they did personal points, and they were really liking personal points. My daughter-in-law was really, really liking personal points, and they've been very successful so far. And we're all on week 5. The app updated, and my daughter-in-law was not exactly thrilled because she went from 25 points to 23 points. And her weeklies went up by 2, I think. And she's very much a type A personality. My daughter-in-law is an engineer, and she likes to blue dot every day. She's like, this is how it's going to be, and this is how I'm going to do it. And then, you know, she works hard and she expects success. She also rides horses, and she's just an all-around amazing person. So when the change happened on Monday, we had a couple of days of sort of working around that and talking and trying to figure that out. And I think we've figured out what she's going to do. And so I'll let you guys, she can talk about it when she comes to visit for Thanksgiving, because we're going to try to do a live with the two of them. So they've had a good week on plan. Judah's points went up to 50. He gets 50 points every day. And I think Dakota is somewhere in the 20s now. She messed with her app a little bit, and so I'm not exactly sure. She'll have to come on here and tell us what we did. But and then her weeklies did go up. His weeklies stayed the same. But he's a tall, big guy, so he has more points. I have 30 points a day, and I have 28 weekly on the new update. So let me tell you guys about the update really fast. The update is basically Freestyle Blue with 0 Point popcorn added into the 0 Point food list. So we have a lot of the lean proteins, like lean chicken, like chicken breasts with no skin, turkey, 99%, fat-free ground turkey or turkey breast with no skin. You've got your beans, your legumes, some of your tempeh, like soy products, tofu, fat-free yogurt, fat-free cottage cheese. But the big change was I had 0 Point potatoes and 0 Point avocado previously on personal points, and that is gone. Meanwhile, we started the nativity fast at my house. Leading up to Christmas, we don't do meat and dairy. And so we do make an exception on Thanksgiving, but we don't do meat and dairy. And so not only did I lose my 0 point potatoes and my 0 point avocado, we went into this thing where I'm in, carb land basically. And so having to count, but it actually has been fine. Lately, I have really been trying over the summer, trying to eat like I used to eat on the old Weight Watcher plans. And so I decided I'm just not going to change the way that I eat. And I'm just going to count things and I'm going to watch portions. I think previously when I did freestyle, I did not like freestyle. Okay. I did it. It was okay. I didn't love it. My favorite plans on Weight Watchers are Smart Points or the Green Plan. And then back when we did Momentum and Turnaround, I really like those. And I've kind of gone back to eating in those ways by watching my portion sizes. So even if I have a 0 point food, I work the plan, which is basically when you're satisfied, you stop eating. You don't go back for, lots of 0 point servings. So a serving is still a serving, a calorie is still a calorie. So I've been trying to be really mindful of that and think like I used to think on some of the plans that actually had us look at our serving sizes. Okay, all that being said, I've gotten in 3 nice big walks today. I've documented a couple of those over on my Instagram, and it's for Nurse 17. And I walk and I sort of talk about like what I'm thinking about the plan. If you want to go over there and walk with me, I'm doing that over there. And this week has been crazy at work, so I'm sorry I haven't gotten more videos up. I am down again this week. This is the 5th week in a row that I'm down again. And I am down another 1.4, you guys. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's just my thought processes are a little different. I'm just not stressing. I'm so busy. I can't even stress about like this whole thing. I'm just doing it. I'm just working the plan the way that I know works for me. And so I'm down, I think it's 11.2 is what my app said in 5 weeks, which, of course, the first week you're going to have a little bit faster of a loss, and then it should even out for you. But down 1.4 again, you guys. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. So hopefully they'll be sending my little 10-pound charm or whatever you call the bar, whatever you want to call that thing. Hopefully that's in the mail from WW. I'll show it to you guys when it gets here. And Dakota did a little midweek check-in because, she's concerned about her points and kind of what's going on with the app. And she's also down 1.4. So she and I are twinsing. Now, her actual weigh-in isn't until Monday. And Judah doesn't do all the midweek weigh-in stuff. He just weighs in once a week. I like to kind of check and see where I'm at progress-wise. But my official weigh-in today, I was down another 1.4. So I am really happy with that. And like I said, I'm just working the plan the way that I know works for me, which is number 1, I have to be really careful with portion sizes, even with 0 point foods. I just do. And that was something one of my leaders told me back when the plan switched to freestyle. Tony, my leader at the time, said, you can't just eat, egg after egg after egg all day long. Just because they're 0 points, they still have calories. And so, he was a big proponent of, you may want to think about after you've had 1 serving size of a 0 point food, maybe tracking it and counting points. I don't know how you would do that, but this is what he told us back in the day, because he was very concerned. What he was seeing from members back on freestyle is that they were overeating the 0 point foods. They were overeating them, you guys. And there's also, you can get into sort of a thing where all day long you eat 0 point foods and you save your points, and in the evening or whatever, you're eating a lot of the real processed stuff, and you still calories in, calories out. You're not in a calorie deficit, okay? I got into that and it really messed me up, where I was saving a lot of points for like eating a whole thing of Halo Top or Enlightened or whatever, and then, or wine, or, just doing these things and not in moderation, okay? Be cognizant as you go into this that that's not really the way the plan is meant to work. If you overeat on 0 point foods, yes, you can stall yourself out. They're not 0 calorie. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to share sort of my experience with going through this last time, I think the point of the 0 point food list is that those foods are high in protein, high in fiber, high in water. They are foods that increase satiety when we eat them, but they still have an impact on you in terms of what they are. They're still calories. So coming up this week, not really any changes for me. Going to continue tracking. I'm not worrying about blue dots myself. I'm worrying about, stopping eating when I'm satisfied. I'm not really worried about that. And I've been using my weeklies, you guys. I've been using my weeklies, but I've also been getting activity. That's another thing I've noticed, that if I'm using my weeklies, I have to have activity to balance it out. I do not use activity points. That's what works for me personally, okay? If I am not active and not walking and doing extra activity, I don't usually lose by eating my weeklies as well. I have to just stick to my dailies. So for me, I kind of know that if I'm walking and stuff, I can have some of my weeklies. I can have half to almost all of my weeklies as long as I'm doing these big walks and stuff and being very active and lose weight. But as soon as I'm not active and I'm more sedentary, I can't personally eat my weeklies and continue to lose. It stalls me. I get stalled out if I do that. I haven't been focusing like crazy on water. That's the water thing. I really need to get back to that, but I've been drinking a big glass of water with each meal. So I've been drinking it while I'm cooking or prepping or whatever. And I usually put just a little bit of lemon juice, just a couple drops of lemon concentrate or whatever lemon juice, that you buy in my water. And that helps me get my water down. But I'm not doing huge jugs of water. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself with all these. I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this. My priority right now is tracking. Track before I eat. Track everything I eat. Track, Amy, because I've had it drilled into my head over the years that if you don't track, this program's not going to work for you. You got to track. That's the number one thing. You got to track. And then when you're out of points, boom, you're done. So the water, yes, I would love to drink gallons of water, theoretically speaking, but sometimes I forget for a few hours to drink any water, so that's a goal for another day. Okay, Debbie says, I was always told 0 points for 1 serving. Track 3 eggs and see what it says. Love it, Debbie. Kathy Vale says, wow, Amy, fantastic. Hi, Kathy. Sherry says, that's amazing. Good for you. Relentless Pursuit of Shade. Hi, my friend. She says, awesome, Amy, and you look great. Well, thank you. Hi, Andy, my friend Andy in California says, that's great. Hope you're doing well, Andy. Hi, Molly Nicole says, wowzers, that's fantastic. And we all have the potential to work the plan so the plan works. And Catherine says, it looks a lot like Blue, but the algorithm for the points is different than Blue. Okay, Catherine, thank you for that information. I'll have to read you guys. I got an email of what hasn't changed, and I believe the email from WW said the algorithm wasn't different. So if you can clarify, I would love to hear more about that. hi, this is Anna. Hi, Anna, nice to see you. Hi, Rhonda. So if you have any other questions, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great weekend on plan. I also wanted to say something about going into Thanksgiving. So I think we can get into this mentality of, hey, I'm not going to start until January 1st because we're in the holidays. I would just really encourage you guys. Our time is not guaranteed. Okay. And as a nurse, I can attest to, and as a priest wife, I can attest to, you never know what's going to happen. And really, every moment that we have is important and valuable. Life is important and valuable, and we should be taking care of ourselves in this moment right here and not putting that off. And so I know the holidays are coming, and I think that, you know, there's definitely these grace periods as we're celebrating and spending time with family and maybe eating some of the things that we just love and are traditional and remind us of, past times in our life and wonderful memories and all of that kind of stuff. Um, and that's only a couple days that we're talking about here in the next couple of months. It's not 2 full months of just, being immoderate and not caring for ourselves. So I really want to encourage you guys. I know, the week before Thanksgiving for a lot of people is like, oh, this is not the time to start something. But you can make a small change right now and a small healthy change for yourself and maintain that so that you're not up 10 pounds by January 1st or whatever. So I just want to encourage you all to remember that today is not today is not Christmas Day. Today is not Thanksgiving. It's just a Friday. It's a regular Friday. We can all track together and take care of ourselves. And we can also start thinking about and planning how we're going to make Thanksgiving work for us. Okay, so Thanksgiving's coming. What does that look like? Do you need to have things on the table that are going to help you be moderate? And are you going to track that day? I don't know if you are. That's your decision. I'm planning on tracking. So I'm planning on saving my weeklies for that day, getting my walks in next week. I'm planning on tracking, but I'm planning on having some of the things that I love as well. So let me know what your plan is for the holidays coming up. But I want to encourage you guys and myself to not put it off until January 1st to take care of yourself. That's not a good pattern to get into in life, guys. Let's do it today. Okay? I'll see you later. Stay in orbit. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like if you like weekly weigh-ins. If you want to hear how I'm doing on the updated plan. If you have information for me about the algorithm and what you think, I would love to hear that as well. I get a lot of, messages and things like that. I'll come back and let you know. I'll read you that screenshot that I was sent about what's changed and what hasn't changed from actual, WW's perspective on the plan. And I want to acknowledge that you guys always seem to know a lot more than I do. I'm not an expert. I don't work for Weight Watchers. I've just been doing this for a while. So